Hey everybody out there, my name is Dragnix, and it's time for a rant today because I don't do these often, but when I do, it's usually because I'm pissed at something. And the fact of the matter is, everyone is talking about a certain topic that's really pissing me off. Look, I can understand people getting excited for new games and their announcements. I get that, especially when it's a franchise that you know and love. For example, I love the fact that there's going to be a Danganronpa 3. But the thing that really bothers me, in particular with all the talk about Red Dead Redemption 2, is that it drowns out everything else going on in the gaming world. It's almost like we can only have one topic that we talk about, and everything else gets pushed down below at that point. And what really bothers me is that it is the top post on Reddit in terms of games, top post on Reddit in terms of PC Master Race, top post on Reddit in terms of gaming. Do people realize that other games came out today, games that you can actually get your hands on, rather than two marketing images that Red Dead Redemption 2 is actually given to people? 2 images, count them, 2 images have completely wiped out any discussion about other games that are out right now. Did you know that Rock Band Rivals comes out today? I didn't, and while I'm not a Rock Band Rivals kind of person, it would have been nice to know or see a little bit of coverage on it. Instead, we're talking about Red Dead Redemption 2. Yet, no one's talking about it today. The day that the game is released. No, we're talking about the prospect of a game that's coming out in 2017 and is probably going to be delayed given all the recent history of games being delayed to 2018. Why? It drives me insane because these same people who are getting excited about Red Dead Redemption 2, about this new game, are the same people who are always talking about how the games industry needs to get away from $60 and season passes and DLC and get off the hype train. Yes, the hype train that you are pushing up in terms of Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, I know that people can have moments of weakness. I do. But the thing is that this happens every time. This happened with Battlefield 1 when its trailer came out. And yet, of course, when the game comes out and you can actually play it, no one's talking about it. Imagine that. It even sucks more when people who should be getting attention, people who really need the attention, aren't getting it. Did you know that United Front Games shut down recently? Yes, the people behind Sleeping Dogs, the people behind Mod Nation Racers. For example, they had just had a free weekend for their smash and grab game. It looked to be sort of a desperate effort for them to get more revenue, to keep going, to keep creating games. But no one was talking about it, despite the fact that it was a lot of fun. I did play a little bit myself, and it seemed to be a lot of fun for what it was. Now, was it necessarily worth the price of admission? I don't know, but at least I should have discussed it, and I really feel not responsible, but I feel like I should have said something despite me working on other things. But hey, that would have been great to talk about. You know, bring people together, bring people to play a game for free that could actually be in their hands right now. But instead, we're speculating about Red Dead Redemption 2 and writing articles about how there's not diversity in Red Dead Redemption 2, which is absurd considering the fact that we don't even know what the subject of the game actually is. Okay, yes, the promotional content has cowboys in it. Great. It looks like they have some elements that could identify them in the Wild West. Things like Native Americans, you know, sort of a sawed-off shotgun, so on and so forth. But we're talking about that, all this speculation, and things like Jackbox Party Pack 3 just came out on Steam, a game that you can actually play right now. But no, we're not going to talk about that. See, this is why sites like TechRaptor, YouTube channels like Super Bunny Hop, YouTube channels like myself will never make it in this modern internet age. The fact of the matter is that everything is built on hype. Everyone discusses it. Everyone wants to talk about the what ifs rather than the what is now. The thing is that when TechRaptor is reporting or doing reviews, yeah, will we report that Red Dead Redemption 2 actually is coming to, you know, the Xbox One and PS4? Yes, we will. But at least with TechRaptor, they try to keep things topical. They try to keep in the now and not make these, huge speculation posts of what it could be. What could this image be? What could all this shit mean? I understand that has a purpose, but it doesn't have a purpose over the stuff that's actually being released right now that you can play, the stuff that you can get in your hands and you can actually see in front of you. I know I'm hammering on that, but that's what's driving me insane. It really sucks because there's a lot of good games out there right now that don't even get a mention on the main sites and within the main sort of medium that is gaming. And they are good games that you should be talking about. Things like Valhalla, for example, a fantastic game, a different take on the visual novel genre in terms of the bartending mechanic on top of some really, really good writing. But besides PC Gamer, besides TechRaptor, did any big site cover it? No. Even though it was a fantastic game, a game that you could play right now, instead we were talking about Watch Dogs 2 and the PC version being delayed for 2 weeks, even though no one could play it. If this behavior never changes, then the industry is going to just get worse and worse and be more reliant on marketing just, as time goes along. Hell, what about Civilization 6? It comes out in 2 days. Okay, I can see the hype train for that when it's sort of right around the corner, where you can take a look at the footage and get people ready for the release of the game. Take a look at things like the Total Biscuit playthrough and look at things like Trump's playthrough. Not Donald Trump, but Trump, the Hearthstream person. The thing is that, okay, that seems reasonable because the game's right here, right now. We can analyze it, and it does serve a purpose because we will be getting our hands on it soon. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about those issues. When people say, why can't a game sell itself and why does it have to go through all this marketing bullshit? This is the reason why. The fact is that yes, you would love it and I would love it that a game could sell itself just by its gameplay alone, by its story alone, that what is going to be the actual gameplay experience is what you buy. But instead, we get marketing thanks to things like this. The fact is, 2 images have completely taken over. It's probably got people ready to hit that pre-order button. Yes, Red Dead Redemption was a good game. Did I play it all the way through? No. Was it a good game when I played it? Yes. We don't know what Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be. We have no idea. We don't even know what time period it's set in. Yes, we can speculate that it's going to be a prequel, that it's going to have John Marston. But the fact of the matter is, we have no idea. And considering the long cycle, things could change. Things could change. They could go a completely opposite direction. We've seen things like Blink go that way, where it's got one set of things, in terms of promotional material, and then all of a sudden it changes. Even Rockstar Games, who are usually good about giving the content out and not changing it over time, can be susceptible to it because of marketing, because of what people want right now. There's angry threads about how the Red Dead Redemption 2 is not coming to the PC yet. We don't know exactly what the deal is, whether it's the fact that they don't want to announce it right away, or they have plans for it, but they want to make sure that they have all the details ready for it. But we're talking about that on PC Master Race, on PC Gaming, instead of, I don't know, the announcement of the GeForce GTX 1050 Ti, the actual hardware that is going to come on October 25th for entry-level cards. Things like that. Things that we can get in our hands right now. Look, whether or not you are a subscriber to this channel or you are linked this video or whatever, I ask you this. Why are we getting so hyped for this when there are so many good games out there we could be talking about right now, or issues that we could be talking about right now? Yes, it's not going to be Red Dead Redemption 2 that we're talking about, but you know what? It's not going to matter for a year. Until we get the game, or until we get significant footage of the game so that we can analyze it, see what's going on, this is all pointless. This is completely pointless, and it's playing into the hands of publishers. The fact is, Rockstar has hit a home run. They've gotten everyone excited, and even if the game ends up being shit, they've done their job. They've got people so excited that they're going to almost, I don't want to use a, a bad term, but they are going to explode with excitement in terms of when the first trailer comes out. The trailer could be shit, but the hype is so high right now that guess what? It could be shit and people will justify it because guess what? They want Red Dead Redemption 2. They want their actual image of what Red Dead Redemption is. You want this industry to change? You want the idea of DLC packs, the season passes, the horrible launch states, and all those stuff. It starts here. It starts with the hype. And if you feed the hype, it's just gonna keep growing and growing and growing until it's out of control. And guess what? Even Rockstar, even one of the best developers in the industry, have a lot of black marks on their sort of history with the stuff like GTA Online and the cheating and the, how they handle the mod situation. Not to say that they are the worst, company in the world and they are out to, deceive you. But we are making the beast that we're trying to slay at this point. The fact is, if you want to keep on feeding that beast, that's fine, I suppose. But don't come to me and complain when, everyone's talking about that and no one's talking about a game that you want to see reviewed. We can put all the blame on people like marketing, the publishers, and things like that. But you know who's the actual problem right now? It's us. We're the ones feeding everything. We are the ones who control the market. The consumers are the ones who actually cause what the actual landscape of the gaming industry is. Yes, are there certain elements that are outside of the consumer's control in terms of things like, companies and the way they handle themselves? Yes, but we are the ones who feed the beast. Stop feeding it if you want to see change. Because I sure as hell do. Because I want to see developers get reasonable hours and not have to deal with the bullshit that they do. I don't want to see things like the voice actors strike. I don't want to see these situations where people are fighting to just be able to put food on the table because we're talking about all this other shit. The fact of the matter is this. Yes, not a lot of people make it in the gaming world. And those who make it sacrifice a lot. They sacrifice a shit ton. It's a reason why, even as a software engineer, I still don't want to get into that gaming side of the industry. You may say to yourself, Dragnix, you've said you've worked 68-hour weeks on this YouTube channel. And you're right. But at least I had the chance, the choice to step back and say, hold on a second, I need to take a little bit time for me and a little bit time and change things up like I'm having to do with the channel and my sort of current financial situation. That doesn't happen in the gaming world. An artist who has been working so hard on a particular project, busting their ass making some of the best artwork available. A good 60, 70, 80% of those artists will have to find another job after the project is done. That's because we are in such a hype loop. The fact is that that big game has to make, 2 million, 4 million, 6 million sales. And the fact is they got to cut expenses right away after the actual game has come. And they're spending so much on marketing to get you guys hyped. And when the game comes out, yeah, people are going to play it and then forget about it when the next hype portion comes along. If we want that to change, we got to start talking about what's here and now so that we can find the games that we actually want to support right now. The Shadow Warriors, the Valhallas, the Enter the Gungeons. Games like that. Games that are getting constantly updated like Renowned Explorers. If you want to see better in terms of how publishers handle things, how they handle the industry, it starts with you. I know. I'm blaming people for being excited for a game. Be excited, but don't make it the entire discussion point in terms of everything that you're talking about. All I'm saying is watch a video on a review that is recently come out. Watch a video like the WTF is Shadow Warrior 2 from Total Biscuit. Watch my review on Shadow Warrior 2. It's a game that you can play right now. Find a game that came out 6 months ago and maybe you looked at it then, maybe you looked at it, 3 months before and you just forgot about it. But now that you can play it, maybe you should consider getting it and actually talking about that with someone else. Rocket League, games like that. Instead of talking about 2 damn Red Dead Redemption 2 images. I'm done. Rant over.